Alright, hey everyone, this is Brett Darian back for another vlog, and it's been a while since my last vlog, and videos have been slow as well, which I do apologize for. Again, main reason for that is because there just aren't many games left to do videos on. I mean, as you can see by my little collection over here, I mean, there just aren't that many games in my collection. I don't have a huge collection of games to do videos on, so... And throughout the years, I've already done a lot of videos on a lot of Dreamcast games and other games I've had for other systems. So there's just not many of them left to do videos on. So videos would be kind of slow, probably still. I'll still try to do videos on other things. Maybe try to mix it up and make a different, maybe a little more variety in videos. You might see some videos coming up that may not be video game related, but we'll see. So I'll still be doing videos. I'll still be uploading them. They just won't be. They may not be every week or something. There might be some gaps in between, but just know the videos will still be coming. They just might be a little slow. But anyway, right now the big subject is E3. E3 just wrapped up, I think, maybe a couple days ago. So all the big game news is in, and all the conferences are over with, and it was pretty exciting. You know, E3 is always an exciting time of year for gamers, and there were some big announcements made. So I thought I would take this opportunity to discuss and give you my thoughts on what I thought of E3 and the conferences and the big announcements that were made. And I'm not going to discuss everything, but I'll just go over the highlights, some of the big highlights of the conferences, and give you my thoughts on them. So let's start with Sony and Sony's press conference. The biggest announcement in Sony's press conference was, of course, Shenmue 3. I think this surprised everybody when we started hearing the Shenmue 3 music, and it was like, oh my god, Shenmue 3 is actually happening! Now, if you subscribe to other YouTube channels, like, for example, Adam Carolla, he talks about Shenmue all the time. And, you know, everyone wants Shenmue 3 to happen, and... Oh, let's go back a little bit. If you don't know what Shenmue is, Shenmue was a game that started on the Sega Dreamcast back in 1999, released in 2000, I think. And it was supposed to be a huge series of games. It's this big open world game. You play as this one young man, and he's going around trying to avenge his father's death, and you know, and he has this big adventure, you know, trying to figure the clues and everything leading to this one guy who murdered his father. So it's a big open world game. It was a big thing, especially back then. It was a very impressive game, very expensive game to make. And I do actually have the first game for the Dreamcast. It's right here, complete in its package, of course, with manuals and everything, even the passport right here. So I do have it. And since the Shenmue 3 announcement, prices for these have really gone up on eBay. This game is now worth like maybe $60 or $70, and I paid like $25 for this, like about 6 months ago or something. So they've really upped in value just overnight. But yeah, so Shenmue 3 is going to be funded via Kickstarter, which I've backed a couple of Kickstarters myself. The first Kickstarter I backed was Classic Game Room's Kickstarter for their big collection of reviews. The second one I backed was just recently Ukulele from the X-Rare developers who were making kind of like a sequel to Banjo-Tooie, or not so much a sequel, but kind of like a, you know, another game like it, you know, just kind of like a follow-up to the game series. And of course, I was really wanting to do that, so I also backed that. And Shenmue 3 I'll probably also back as well, but I'm just not sure exactly how much I'm willing to back right now. But yeah, anyway, yeah, Shenmue 3 was a really big announcement, and everyone was really excited about it. They were all standing up applauding, and so as you can imagine, there was a lot of excitement behind it. And right now, as of this recording, it's already backed $3.5 million right now, and it's still got like 26 days to go, I think. So it's, yeah, it's a really big thing, and people are backing it right and left, and it'll get a bunch of money more in the next 26 days. So I'm really glad Shenmue 3 is happening, and it'd be really fun to play it when it comes out. I just hope it really lives up to the hype, and but I think it will be. I think it will live up to the hype, but we still gotta wait another late next year in order to get it, and it may even be delayed after that. So the only thing is that I wish there was a PS4 physical release like everybody else. It's like, where's the physical release? Why is it only digital? Still yet to be seen yet if a physical release will happen, but I'm thinking they're pretty much leaning toward a digital only release. Only the PC version is getting a physical release, which to me isn't right, but that's just the way they're doing it, so yeah, that's just the way it goes, I guess. But yeah, I mean, if you're a fan of Shenmue at all, then definitely back this. Give them as most money as you can, so that the game will be better and bigger and just as good as the originals on the Dreamcast and and Shenmue 2 on the Xbox. I mean, they're all great games, and I mean, I can't say I'm the biggest fan of Shenmue, but I mean, it definitely is a great game, and I mean, just think about it. Like, even if you're not a big fan of Shenmue, how many games can you think of have this much of a loyal following? How many games have followers that are this passionate and this loyal to the game and really want a sequel to come out? And are willing to pay millions and millions of dollars of their own money to have it developed. I mean, you have to give it that. I mean, this is a game of passion. The only reason Shenmue 3 is happening is because we want it. We want it. So, I mean, that's great. Just to know that we have the power to do that is just amazing. So, I mean, take this opportunity to back it. I think it'll be a great thing to do. So, yeah, I think it'd be great to play it. And I can't wait to play it when it comes out. So, that was really the biggest announcement of Sony's press conference, and I can't really remember much else in the press conference, to be honest with you. I wasn't really too interested. I wasn't really too interested in the other games that were announced. I was really just focused on Shenmue 3 once I heard that. I remember seeing this other Batman game, which had zombies in it, which is kind of weird about that. You never think of zombies in a Batman game, but that's a thing now. Next thing I want to discuss is Microsoft's big announcement, which was Xbox One backwards compatibility. Everyone cheered when they heard about this too. And again, I wish it was... This is another thing. See, Microsoft really messed up when they made the Xbox One. They had this idea in mind, which just failed, and now they're just kind of like changing it as they go. And it's like, if they had the idea of backwards compatibility from the beginning, then it would have been great. You could just pop in your 360 game in your Xbox One and it would play. You don't have to download anything, you don't have to install anything, it will just play right off the disc. But since this is now an afterthought, now you have to either download the game so it'll play, or pop in your disc and then it'll install off the disc and then it'll play that way. So, which is okay. I mean, it'll still work, but then they also have to be supported. You can't just pop in any 360 game; it'll work. You have to, the game has to be supported, which to me isn't true backwards compatibility. It's again just like an afterthought, if you ask me. But it's still a good thing that it's there. And during some interviews, there were some impressions that might make you think that they're planning, or at least hoping, to maybe do the entire 360 library, which is a lot of games. The 360 has a whole lot of games, so it'd be really amazing if they really did every single one. But that has yet to be seen. But yeah, the Xbox One is finally getting backwards compatibility, so that's great. And they also, and Rare. Rare is making games again. Not just for the Kinect either. They're actually making great games again. Um, uh, the Rare Collection game that's coming out just in August, just a couple months from now, it looks amazing and it's a great value. $30 for 30 games. That's just $1 a game. And on August 4th, you can get this huge collection of Rare games for your Xbox One. And I think they're all remastered too, so that's a great value. That's a great price for that. And I mean, right now, I do not have an Xbox One, and even this time last week, I would have said that I have no plans at all to get an Xbox One. But now I'm thinking, I will probably get an Xbox One in the future. Probably near future, just so I can play the Rare collection and also Rare's new game that's coming out. I forgot the name of it, but it's kind of like a pirate game that's coming out sometime next year or something. It looks great. I'm hoping it's not like an MMORPG. Massive multiplayer online role-playing game. I hope it's not that, because it's kind of like a PC thing mostly. But hopefully it's still a great game, and I look forward to more details on that. That looks pretty interesting. So I'm glad that Rare is making more games now. Microsoft's giving them more freedom now to make more games like they used to, back in the Nintendo days when they owned them, and Microsoft's new controller that's coming out too, the updated controller, and what's it called, the Elite controller or the Pro controller or something else they're coming out with. It's kind of expensive, but it looks cool. But the updated controller was coming out with the 1 terabyte version of the Xbox One. That looks pretty cool too. So hopefully I'll get that version when it comes out. I actually think it may already be out. I think it came out a couple days ago or a few days ago. But yeah, if you ask me, I think Microsoft actually had the best press conference. I think they produced the most excitement, and they talked about the games the most. Sony's was great too. Shenmue 3 was a huge announcement, but I think Microsoft's actually topped just a little bit, because they had a lot of great announcements too during that press conference. So I think Microsoft actually won this one. And the last thing I want to discuss is Nintendo's press conference, which, well, it wasn't really a press conference anyway, but Nintendo is just, it's sad to see how low they are right now. Nintendo is losing that charm, losing that touch they had. They're still coming out with games, and they're great, but it's just, something is missing. You know what I mean? Something is missing. And that's even more apparent in this year. Because, they had some games like, Yoshi's Woolly World looks cool. I guess I might want to play that a little bit. The Mario Maker game, that looks great too, but that's pretty much the only games I've seen there that I wanted to really check out. That was even somewhat interesting. The new Animal Crossing games, oh man. When I saw that they were making an Animal Crossing party game, I was like, what? What? You are making an Animal Crossing game that's a party, that's like a Mario Party clone. Why would you do that? Why? That's not what Animal Crossing is. And so I was really surprised when I saw that. I was like, man, they are like going away from the Animal Crossing formula now and kind of like trying to make it a party game. And even the new 3DS game that's coming out to Animal Crossing related, it's just like a house decorating sim, almost, and it's like you can. I don't know. Even Animal Crossing is not what it used to be. Now, granted, there's already been several other Animal Crossing games, and they're kind of running out of ideas for that probably too, to expand upon that. So So they're probably trying something different, which is understandable, but I mean, but really, a party game, a board game? I mean, I don't think that'll work. No, I definitely don't want any part in that. I don't plan to play that at all, but I don't know. Maybe it won't be that bad, maybe it'll still be kind of fun, maybe it'll still have some good ideas, but I just didn't like that at all. I just didn't like when I saw that Animal Crossing was going to be a party game now. I just didn't like that. But yeah, Nintendo is... I mean, I'll just say, I like the Wii U, and I even like the original Wii. I think they had, there were some great memories there I had with the Wii. But it's like, I don't know how Nintendo can really improve themselves now. Like, where's... but one game I forgot to mention was the new Mario adventure, the new Mario game. That's coming out for the 3DS. It's kind of like a Paper Mario mixed with the Mario and Luigi games. That looks interesting, though I do not have a 3DS, so I won't be able to play it. Because I'm not really a big handheld gaming person. I just don't really play games on handhelds that much. I had the 3DS, I had the PSP, and I just never played them that much. Even if I liked the games that were on it, I just didn't really play it that much. I just rather prefer to play them on the TV, and that's just my preference. I don't know, but and I don't go out much. I don't travel much, so there's no reason for me to have it when I'm driving. Because when I do go out, I drive, so I can't play games when I drive. So yeah. I mean, so there's still a few games there, but it's just, again, just something's missing. Something is missing from the Nintendo that they once had, and I wish they would get it back. But I don't think they will at this point. I mean, it's like Nintendo is just kind of stuck somewhere, and they don't want to get out of it. So anyway, that's E3. I know there's other games that I missed, but those are the ones that I really remember the most and wanted to talk about because they're the ones that really stuck out in my mind when I heard them. And so yeah, more games coming out soon. It's always a great thing, and in the future I will have an Xbox One. I'm pretty confident of that now. I don't want to buy one right now though because I've already been spending a lot of money. I bought a couple other games and I've been buying some other stuff as well. It's not game related. So buying a new game console right now is probably not a good idea. But in the future that will happen. I will have an Xbox One and then I'll have a PS4 and an Xbox One and a Wii U. So once again, I'll have all the next gen systems. So I look forward to that. I look forward to getting my hands on and at least playing it and getting a feel for the system. So anyway, I guess that's pretty much it. That's E3. There's really nothing else I want to talk about. Summer's here now, so I think today is the first day of summer. And also today is Father's Day, so have a great Father's Day. But anyway, though, I'm rambling at this point. So, y'all have a great day. Hope you all enjoyed E3. Hope you had some games that you're looking forward to. And I will see you all in my next video. Hopefully it won't be too much later than now. But, yeah, this has been Brett Darian. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you guys later. And I thank you guys for watching.